This is a bamboo. This is a bamboo node. In Vietnamese, we call it a dog. This is also a bamboo node. So this, we call it a bamboo in the node. Actually, those words what I had to look up for translation before starting to write out the script. Now's the introduction. This story is about a bamboo with 100 nodes. In Vietnamese, the story is named Cây tre cắm đốt. To translate it, we have the 100 node bamboo. It's kind of weird, but anyway, that's how I translated it. I have also Googled to see if I can find any information about this story in English. And I found that the story's name is translated on Wikipedia as the 100-nut bamboo tree. Then I Googled the phrase bamboo nut. This is what I found, but I don't think this is what the story is about. Then I Googled the phrase bamboo node, and this is what I found. So personally, I think the word node is more accurate, and I decided to keep my translation that way, which gave the story's name the 100 bamboo. Which gave the story's name the 100 node bamboo. Well, actually, this is not a story about the bamboo node, but it is a story with it in it. Okay, so the bamboo is not the main character. It is just the weirdest component of the story, and people tend to remember the weirdest thing. That's why it's got a name. This is a lovely fairy tale. Isn't it a cliché that a fairy tale has a kind and beautiful female character suffering hard time and finally ending up with her true love, usually a royal or a wealthy male character? Well, the story that I'm going to tell you should be considered a revolution in the fairy tale world, I think, because it does not follow that path, or should I say, it follows the path in a reversed way. Okay, that should be enough of rambling. Here is the story. Once upon a time, in a small town lived a young man. He was a poor child having no parents, no relatives, and of course, no property. He grew up working for a wealthy family to exchange for food and a place to live. He was kind, honest, and very hardworking. However, his master was a stinky and shifty man who kept worrying someday as the child had turned into a mature man, he would leave for a better job. The master didn't want to pay him more. Instead, he came up with an idea, making the young man work for him for free in a significant period of time. The master called the young man over and said, "Son, I appreciate you, and I want you to be my in-law. If you work hard enough, then when the day comes, I will ask my daughter to marry you." With the hope of marrying the master's daughter, who had been his close friend since they were little, the young man put on his effort serving his master from dawn to dusk. The master, of course, would never let his daughter marry that poor man. Years later, when his daughter grew up into a young lady who should be ready to get married, the master arranged her to marry the son of the wealthiest family in town. Still, he did not forget his promise to the poor young man, and he didn't want to be in trouble, say, if the young man found out and came to ruin the wedding, or if the society found out, and that would ruin the master's reputation. His next step in the plan of deceiving the poor young man was to ask for wedding gifts. Traditionally, the groom's family has to offer gifts to the bride's family to show respect and gratitude for giving birth and nurturing the bride. While the arrangement of his daughter's wedding was in process, the master called the poor young man over again and said, "Son, it should be time for you to be my in-law. As I know, you do not have much for luxurious gifts. I want to ask for just one simple thing. I want a bamboo. but it has to be unique. I want a bamboo with 100 notes. Now you should go into the wood and come back with what I asked for. If you cannot find it, then son, you do not deserve my daughter. By this way, the master thought the young man would never be able to come back and his promise would be forgotten forever. The young man went to the wood searching for the bamboo hours after hours until he was exhausted and down in hopelessness. The master was right that the poor young man could never find a bamboo with 100 notes anywhere in the wood. The young man sat tiredly in blue and didn't know what to do nor what to think. Suddenly, as if he was dreaming, he saw a light coming from nowhere, and there was a Buddha standing in front of him. The Buddha smiled pitifully and asked the young man about his sadness. The young man told the Buddha about the master's promise, his hope, and the love to the master's daughter. And most importantly, the master's request for the unique bamboo. The Buddha then said, "Son, you are kind and honest. Don't be worried. Follow my instruction and you will get what you deserve. Go and find 100 bamboo notes. It doesn't matter if they are separated or not. After gathering all of them, speak out the spell. Kaknyap, kaknyap, which means assemble, assemble." The young man did what the Buddha told him. After speaking out the spell, to his most surprise, the young man saw the 100 bamboo notes assembled together, creating a 100-note bamboo. Happily, he thanked the Buddha, and they managed to bring the bamboo to his master. But the bamboo was too long for him to carry by himself. The Buddha smiled and said, "Kaksuk, kaksuk," which means disassemble, disassemble, is what you need to separate the bamboo notes back to their normal. I wish you luck, young man. Then the Buddha disappeared. Now that the young man had 100 bamboo notes, which can create a 100-note bamboo, he brought all of them back home thinking about his lovely wife waiting for him. When he got back, he saw that people are gathering crowdedly, and the house was decorated beautifully for a wedding party. He was so happy until he realized that the wedding was not prepared for him. In front of everybody, the young man stepped up and asked the master about the promise. The master, together with the groom's family, laughed at him and his bamboo nose. To their most surprise, he spoke out the spell, "Kaknyap, kaknyap." The marvelous bamboo was assembled in a blink, standing high in front of them. The master and his allies couldn't believe in their eyes. They tried approaching the bamboo to see if it was real. Right at the moment they touched it, the young man spoke out, "Kaknyap, kaknyap." Before those people realized what had happened, they found their hands stick to the bamboo with no way to remove. In front of everybody, they cried and begged for his forgiveness, and of course promised to do the previous promise. The young man then spoke out the spell, "Kaksuk, kaksuk," to free their hands and the bamboo nose. The wedding party was then officially his and his beloved one's, the master's daughter, and as a cliché of every fairy tale, the couple lived happily ever after. The end. Hi, I'm Jin. My English is not good, so please forgive me. And if you want to know more about me and the purpose of this series, please have a look at my first video, The Story of Watermelon, or The Story of Nyan Queen. Thank you so much for spending time with me. That's it.